Rock and roll. Here, is that better? I think we were muted there. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Yep, there we go. I don't know. I don't know why I was muted. Hopefully, I'm not anymore. Still not quite good at this. Not quite good at this. Simon Hacksaw Shaw. What's up, buddy? Hello, Simon. Good to see you. Yo. Still here at work for another half an hour. That's what Mad Dog 3454 has to say. Tony Jenkins says yes, can hear you now. Cannot believe I'm so bad at this. Work is a bad word. Yeah, I don't know. I'm working. This is fun, right? Hey from Houston. What's up, James Savage? Simon says greetings. All good, thanks. Very good. Good afternoon, Ed. Gino, all the way from the Garden State. Watching in the UK. Awesome, Daryl. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Hi from the Outer Banks. Tom, hello. Hello. Where's the Outer Banks? What is that? What's the Outer Banks, Tom? I don't know that. Aaron, happy holidays to you, my friend. Happy holidays. All right. Whole UK in the house again. Awesome, Mark. Thank you. Montreal, Focal fan. Very good. Ben Gleason. North of the border now. Back in the USA. Hello from the Netherlands. Ewout. Bueller. Very good. Afternoon from a hot and humid Baton Rouge. Ugh. Man, I can't stand the humidity this time of year. It was 70 degrees, and it was too humid for me here. Columbus, Ohio. Abraham Hem. Is 25 watts times 2 enough for room? It could be. If it's like 25 legit watts and your speaker is efficient enough, if that 25 watts is maybe like 0.01% THD or less than 0.1, could be. But if you have an 83 dB sensitive speaker, probably not. Vancouver, Rob Hawk, Rocky Top, Lebowski, underachiever. West Virginia, very nice. Scott Walters, Adam Audio, T7V7, or the Emotiva B1 Plus. They appear to be almost identical. Have you ever done a side-by-side comparison? No, I haven't. They do look similar. I mean, speakers can look similar, though, and that doesn't necessarily mean that they sound the same. But I don't know what the Adams sound like. I've heard good things, but I've never heard them personally. Derby, UK. What up, Lee? Greetings from Sin City, USA. Las Vegas. Better be good. Interrupting and justice to all in green. For all. The Walmart exclusive edition. I would go back to listening, bro. There's no way that this is going to be as good as that. Seasons greetings from Hampshire, England. I always have such a great turnout from my English friends. Chris Veltman, is there pressure in the reviewing world to refrain from reviewing DIY hi-fi products? Seems like DIY is a high value proposition, but it's hard to find DIY review on YouTube, Stereophile, etc. Oh, I don't know. I mean, I've reviewed GR Research, multiple CSS audio. I did a topical vid about why you should buy DIY speakers, or at least consider them. So I don't know. I mean, I don't particularly have an issue with reviewing DIY speakers. I don't review a ton of them anymore, but I don't know. I don't know. I would say there's really no pressure to do anything. I mean, maybe. I don't know. I don't really talk to companies that much. I mean, I talk to Emotiva, I talk to Shelly Labs, but people like at Sound United, which is B&W, Polk, Denon, Marantz, um, Definitive Technology, I think. Like that's a big corporation, so people change around a lot. I don't know. I suppose if you get on a list though, then they're not going to work with you. But Polk hasn't sent me anything for a long time. Long time. Miami here. So Chris, there could be some pressure. Um, I've never really felt no one's ever said anything to me or even alluded to the fact that I should or shouldn't be doing anything really. So, and if they did, I'd tell them to pack sand and then do a DIY review. So anyway, I can't see them being as good as Adams. Yeah, I mean, who knows? Here's the thing though, like what are you driving the B1 Plus with? What's the DAC on the B1 Plus? You know, there's a multitude of things to take into consideration. I don't know if the Adams have any DSP or not, but it's kind of apples to oranges, really. I mean, outside of them looking similar and maybe having a AMT tweeter, a lot of the similarities probably go away outside of that. Another reviewer did a review on the Hy-Vee Swan OS 10 bookshelf speakers that are 150 on Amazon. He gave them the best review for a speaker I've seen. Have you heard of them? I may have bought those, or no, I think a patron bought those, and then they sent them to me. The enclosure, if it's the same one I'm thinking, had 45-degree angles, and I couldn't get them glued together, and I got frustrated, and I put them in the garage and didn't finish them. But the drivers were good. I think I had the 3-way though, so I don't know if that's a 2-way or the 3-way. Outer Banks of North Carolina, Cape Hatteras to Kitty Hawk, Corolla, Southern Shores, Nag's Head, Kill Devil Hills, and Manteo. Oh, cool. I never heard of that. I don't live on the East Coast though, so Adams are incredible monitors. Very good. Greetings from Fort Irwin, California. Hello, Mr. X9. Love my topping DX3 Pro Plus. Very nice. My B1 Pluses, Austin, are arriving today, going on my desktop. Also, here's my weekly request for a DFW meetup. Cool, Austin. We should do that. Probably December, though, like November, December, January, usually really busy months for YouTube. So probably not going to happen this month, but we should do it. Mark from Detroit. Peace, brother. What up, Mark? Yes, I've heard good things about the Adams. Greetings from the edge of Toronto. Look at that kitty cat. I'm good, Randy. How are you doing? Listening to Duran Duran live on the SVS Prime bookshelves that you recommended. May sell my RP 600Ms. I did the same exact thing. That was in the beginning of the channel when I was buying everything. So I had to make room. So the 600s went away. The primes are still back there. I don't know if you can see them. There's an RP 500M back there, but the primes are on the bottom row. Listen to music every day on my T0s with, excuse me, DO3 watching your reviews and smiles every day. Happy holidays. Thank you, GD. I'm glad you're happy, man. Just unboxed the Ayima A07. Super nice, but thinking I made a mistake. In the 48-volt power supply, did the reviews, and it's huge. Any thoughts? Your thoughts? Hey, give it a try, man. I heard like a, I don't know, 1100 hertz, 1200 hertz noise, kind of background noise. Although it was like, because it's 1200 hertz. But, I mean, if you got it from Amazon, just return it. So, No worries. Pack Sand made me laugh out loud. Thanks for the response. You're welcome, Chris. Here's a cool thing about being on YouTube is no one's advertising with me. I mean, they do on the channel, but it's like I don't know who they are. They work that out with YouTube, and generally they're not targeting my channel or audience. So I'm not really beholden to anybody like maybe some other folks. I'm not saying anything bad about Stereophile or Absolute Sound or whatever. They have their model. They have journalists or whatever you want to call them. So yeah, but nobody has ever like emailed me or said don't do this or we're not going to send you this if you do this. So I don't know. It's never happened to me. It could happen to other folks, but it hasn't happened to me. 4.99. Frank J. Thanks for being you and what you do. Just build my first bookshelf setup. Couldn't be happier. Happy holidays, good sir. Thank you, Frank, so much. 4.99. Big thank you to Frank. Hey, Rat Boy. Mark, how you doing? Russia. Holy cow. We rarely get Russian folks in here. I think the B1s are down to about 225 right now. That's cool. Hopefully they keep that price for the rest of the year. I have vintage stuff and have been listening through an Amazon Cube. Just got a Wii Mini and a FX deck. Sounds way better, but perhaps a bit harsh. Would I get a warmer sound from a topping or better? Ugh, I don't know. I don't know what the FX DAC is. Probably not, because the FX FX is kind of like a copy of topping, frankly. I think they do some of their own things now too, but most of that stuff, as far as DACs, Chinese DACs, are kind of rinse and repeat. And then they'll do some stuff to get maybe the measurements really good, but they're not like sitting there, going over the analog output stage and being like, "Ooh, what can we do to change this up?" Or should we do something different? So usually it's just kind of a carbon copy of the previous generation with maybe a different DAC chip. Most of them sound similar. I will say though, the topping E50 would give you probably a more natural sound over the FX. It's $200 from Apos, which is a really good price on that DAC actually. There we go. Topping E50, Jeff. Hey, from Australia. What's up, John? Just got one of those speaker amp switch units from the VU. Oh, right here. Any care need to be taken of hooking up tube amp to it? Thanks, mate. Dig your program. If there is, I never did it, John. I just hooked it up just the way I usually do it with other stuff. So yeah, I just hooked it up. So yeah. Roy Batty is not impressed with something. I don't know what you're not impressed with. I love it though. I want to hear what you're not impressed about. Oh, is today Pearl Harbor Day? Yeah. Very cool. Not cool. I mean, it's nice that somebody said that. Sony SSC S5, same price as the SSC S3. Wouldn't the floors be better? No. Floor standards are not good. Not good. Oh, Roy didn't like the Sonys. Ah, I get you. The towers aren't good. I don't know why. They look like the same driver, but it's actually a different driver, different crossover as well. The woofers are different drivers. Looking at Fluence RT85 reference turntable, which amplifier do you recommend me getting? Also speakers. Love your channel, by the way. That's always watch it. Well, it depends. I mean, it depends on the speaker that you want and then the amp. So I don't know. Like, I would need to know maybe what you're leaning towards as far as products to make any recommendations. How big of a room? Is it going to be floor standards? Things like that. RT85 is an incredible turntable. You will need a phono preamp with it. So whatever integrated amp you get, you're going to have to either budget for a phono preamp, or you're going to have one that has an integrated phono preamp. So, I mean, I would look at things like the Emotiva B1 Plus, B2 Plus, Polk R100, Polk ES15s. Let's see, what else do I like? Kef Q150 if they're still on sale. And then for amps, depends upon what your budget is. If you want a traditional size, maybe look at the Yamaha AS301. A little bit thin, but you can adjust things up a little bit. Probably your best bet if you're just getting kind of an entry level system, AS301 from Yamaha, and then Kef Q150, Emotiva B1 Plus, ES15. ES15 is probably, that'd be a fun speaker with that. Kef Q350 are nice too, and only 300. I think that's the 299 price is Kef Q150. I think the 350s are 500 right now. But yeah, Q150, good speaker. I kind of want another set of those, but I need another pair of speakers like I need a hole in the head. Cambridge AXR 35 is on sale for cheap. That's a good one if you have some efficient speakers. Nice, warm, full. Schmidt Modius versus J2 with 44.93. Is it worth going? Shelly, I think so, man. Yeah, I like it. Now, to be fair, I've never had the Modius in. I've had the Modi, and I've had a couple iterations of the Modi in. So yeah, I like the J2 though. That's why I won DAC of the year at the Meaningless Cheap Audio Man Awards. Isn't it the same amp though? I don't know. What is that? Any idea about Focal Cora 806 versus RP600M? Focals are discounted to the same price as Klipsch now. Fancy that. I kind of thought they sounded pretty similar. I've only heard the 806 in a showroom, and they sounded good for about a song, and then they got pretty harsh. So yeah. All right, Yamaha HS5 powered studio monitor, single black. This is the speaker I'm thinking about getting. If you get that, that's a true studio monitor, so you will have to get a phono preamp to go in front of that. So just keep that in mind if you're getting the RT85, because the RT85, no phono preamp. And studio monitor is going to need a phono preamp in there. Not a problem. You just get a phono preamp, then you run it in there. You're going to have to run volume from somewhere, though, unless you're like doing it locally. Ooh, yeah, Chris Studebaker. Let's unwrap something. Some of this stuff I've already kind of unboxed. I have no idea what this is. I vaguely remember exchanging emails about the Papa. I don't know what this is. This is kind of funny. Designed by Papa in Washington, USA. Usually, like if it's Washington, don't they usually say Washington State, or I don't know. The wording on that's curious to me. Dun, 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 dun. All right. Let's see what is in here. Oh, never mind. I just looked at the side. I don't want to ruin it for you. John Shepler says that's from Duke Audio. And Pampa's Duke Audio. Whoa, mama. That's kind of cool. All right. It looks like this is a phono preamp with some tubes. Oh, baby. Yeah. Kind of cool looking. Look at that. Yeah, baby. If it's from Duke Audio, why the heck does it say why does it say designed in Washington, USA? That's pretty cool looking. I like it. It's built well too. Ooh, they have the little indentions on the thing. Nice toggles. Looks like they have a little phone or a headphone amp in here. So this looks to be a phono preamp, and then you can run another line in. So this is a looks to me like a little preamp. This is cool. Hey, whoever's talking about the Fluence RT85, you could use this. Cool. Why does it have? It's like I got a lens cloth, just in case. A1 tube preamp. There we go. This is kind of cool looking. All right, this one just kind of, I wouldn't say went to the front of the line, but sometimes. All right, so here's the tubes in here. Electron tube. So I just got real interested in this product real quick. Oh, other side. And Pampa. I don't know why I did that. All right, these are General Electric GE tubes. Cool. Unless someone just stamped General Electric on the side, which probably isn't outside the realm of possibilities. All right, I'm gonna leave this out. I'm not gonna box this back up. Anytime with Emotiva's Phono Pre XPS at 142. I have no idea what that is. Are you asking a question? Anytime. I haven't spent any time with it. Tube buffer? Question mark? I don't know. It's got a tube in it. Well, there's no tubes in it yet. It came with tubes though. All right. Bordy, I know I went back and forth for a while digging up research about the DO3. It is awesome if you're using optical from TV or USB from a computer. You can set sample size. Yeah. Very cool. All right. This is the certificate that comes with it. Nobody checked it, and there's no date. So yeah, you get this. Sometimes I don't know if they realize what this actually is when they put it in the packaging. But it's designed in Washington, USA. All right. Packaging is pretty good, though. If it sounds pretty good, then this is going to be a fun thing. Oh, here's the warranty card. There you go. Guarantee service, 1-year warranty from the date of purchase. Blah, 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 blah. ampampa.net. It has a Seattle address. Look at the crazy mobile WhatsApp though, WeChat number. Yeah. I wonder if that's a storage facility in Seattle. All right. It looks cool though. So I'm excited about it. Ramon Delgado, good afternoon. Happy holidays from Chicago. Thank you. Just got my Schmidt Modi 3E and I can't wait to add it to the system. First time using it. Oh, cool, man. I hope you love it. John, yes, I thought the Pampa A1 was cool looking. It's a tube phono preamp headphone amp Designed by in US, made by Nobe Sound Duke Audio. There you have it, folks. John Scheffler. Another package from the Far East, I would imagine, because it's DHO. All right. Whoa. Hey, man. We can't do that. Sorry, dude. I gotta put you. There's somebody wrote like a derogatory comments, racist comments. Oh yeah. We don't use racist comments in here or derogatory type of things. Looks like headphones. There we go. Okay. All right. Moondrop, Venus. These are an over-ear headphone. Planar, full-size headphone. That's cool. I don't remember having this conversation with anybody. Cool. All right. I'll listen to these tonight. Yeah. Anybody here heard of these? I don't watch they look to be a little thin on bass. I don't watch headphone channels anymore, not because I don't like headphones, just because I don't have that much time. So, anybody heard of those? Anybody? Is there an advantage using a Bluetooth DAC over my current generic Bluetooth receiver? It could have a marginally better DAC in it, but Z putting that in his yard sale. Check out Z. Listen, man, I can't watch reviews. I don't have time. I have family and I have this, and I put out a video almost every day. I did talk to Z though. He's exactly like he is in the videos in real life. Going back to the Bluetooth thing though, this is what I would do, because you can get these for probably less than what you would get a Bluetooth receiver for, or you can hold out for the Weem Pro. It has a better DAC in it. The Weem Pro has a better DAC in it, but you get AirPlay with this, not to mention the streaming service with it. So, yeah, that's what I would do instead of getting a dedicated Bluetooth DAC, because Bluetooth DACs are more expensive. I would get one of these and then budget for, like, I don't know, a Skit Modi or a decent external DAC and do it that way. You're going to get way better sound. And what I would do is stream instead of using Bluetooth. Yeah. That's what I would do. I'm actually considering the Venus. I have IEMs by Moondrop. I've had some Moondrop stuff. Might consider buying the Venus. They're $600. Yikes. You made it when companies are just sending you their stuff. I probably remember, maybe I'll have to check. I'm sure that someone asked me to send those out. They look well packaged. Yes, they do. They do. I have the Ortofon Blue and i5 phono amp. Very nice. And find it to be, very bright, almost unbearable at high volumes. Oh, look at that boxer. Does it mellow out? If not, can you recommend a warmer comparable cart? Well, what do you have it hooked up to? Because if you have that hooked up to, let's say, maybe a Class D amplifier, it could be that. And what speakers are you listening to? However, to answer your question, all things created equal, a warmer would probably be this Naga Oka MP110. I think they're around $150, maybe $120. Much warmer. Much warmer. Yeah. So that could be an option for you. Is that a boxer? I had a boxer. I've had 3 boxers, but he's my best buddy. Interestingly enough, I've had this odd like compulsion to want to buy another boxer. And that's a bad idea for me. I don't need another. Don't need another dog. Mark Grantham didn't find the Ortofon Blue bright. I agree. It's revealing. I think it's way more balanced than the red. Here's another decent cart I like quite a bit. It's the Gold Ring E3. E3. I like that one a lot too. But if like for legit warmth, the Naga Oka probably is the best bet. Could be a misaligned cart. Oh, we got Ed chiming in. Audio Technica. There we go. There we go. All right, do we have any super chats I missed? Nope, doesn't look like it. All right. Right now I have an AO7, but I also want to use a subwoofer, and DO3 and DO5 both have one. Yes. You could also find a sub that has a high level input, like speaker level inputs. You could use it that way. All right, what else do we have? All right, we got something else from Duke Audio. God, this looks exactly like one of something else that I reviewed from Duke Audio. All right. Another hi-fi tube preamp. USB DAC headphone amp. This looks exactly like another product I had. I can already tell I'm not loving this because it only has a USB input. So I guess if you are right next to your computer. So here's the strange thing, right? This is what gets me about some of these products. So you have a USB DAC. Right next to it, you have Bluetooth. Why would you need Bluetooth if you can tether yourself to a PC? Like, why is that even an option? Why would you want that? You wouldn't. Because if you can USB, then why in the world would you want lower resolution with Bluetooth? I don't know. This is a weird one. I can already tell I don't love this. This product confuses me. All right, it's going back in the box. Back in the box. Some more of those GE tubes, though. Yep. All right. Back in the box. You are going to the end of the line. At least this one has an actual stamp, though, on it as past QC. That's cool. Woo! Right there. This one at least passed QC. All right. Well, they're 1 for 2, which isn't bad. Oh, here's something that you might here. Let me get back here. What John have to say? Yes, I thought the Ampampa A1 was cool looking. Oh, we're way back. All right. Yima T8 has both too, and friends bring over their phone. Bluetooth is real easy. Gives you a choice. Hey, fair enough. That's a good point. All right. I have the blue and the E3. I find one is better on some LPs and the other one's better than this. Very cool. Hey, we got something kind of cool. So one of the speakers that I reviewed early on in the channel was called the Numi BS5. And I really, really liked it. It was very affordable. I think about $100. For a while, I think it was less than $100. And they emailed me and asked me if I would review this speaker. Now, this speaker is a more expensive speaker with a smaller woofer, but I'm interested. It looks like it's built well, or at least the pictures look like it was built well. So we'll see. We'll give them a chance. I think they're about $200 though. So I think they're twice as much than the BS5s. Let's get them out. Comes with a nice insert. Nice paper stock. All right, teeny tiny. Teeny tiny. Not optimistic. All right, kind of a different enclosure, but this is. It looks way bigger than the soda, but I mean, it's not. All right. This is what it looks like. Looks fairly decent. This to me looks like a. Golly, what was that? I don't think. Maybe it was the Cambridge. I think there's a Cambridge audio speaker that looked very similar to this. Whoa. Sticky. So this is kind of sticky. That's weird. Don't get this one dusty. There's already a little piece of hair stuck to it. Man, this is called the Silk 4. 8 ohm impedance. I bet the efficiency on these is so low. Look in the back here. All right. Looks to be okay. I wish they would stop making these tiny speakers, man. I mean, look at the size of the grill here. I guess these could maybe compete with like the Dolly Spectre 1s, Klipsch RP 400M. We'll see. That might be good. I mean, they look to be decent build quality. This is still vinyl. Yeah, man, this looks okay. So this looks like the cross between a Paradigm and I think the Cambridge Minx. That's what it was. Minx XL. That's what these kind of remind me of. Minx XL crossed with a Paradigm. I mean, this doesn't like. I can't do that to the Wharfdale Dentons over there. And not just because the Dentons are bigger. XX1, SX1. Love the flat baffle, horn, and close tweeter to mid-range distance. They use all the tricks to get good dispersion. I have the Klipsch Heresy 4. Should I get a pair of bookshelves? Maybe if it's for like another room. Speakers do not look heavy. Do I get all your gear free now? A lot of it, but a lot of it goes straight back. The stuff that comes from China, usually they don't ask for back because, well, it will cost more to send it back than what the product's worth. So they usually leave it with me. And in most cases, unless I'm using it for reference, I give it to patrons. I do not sell it. I'm not to begrudge anybody that does sell it, but I don't sell it. Have you had a chance to try the new IEMA T9 Pro yet? Not yet. I have the old school RB5s bookshelf speakers. They rock like floor standers. Actually looking for some lightweight speakers that can still produce a decent amount of bass. Some of these, like the BS41, that's going to be interesting, like how these do against the BS41s. That's actually a really good comparison because they're both 4-inch woofers. These are built well. They look to be built well. They're a little light though. But with an enclosure that small, maybe they're going to get away with it. Maybe they're going to get away with it. Polk XT15s. Look at Garfield looking at the stars. Are you going to review all of this stuff? Yes. The new me looked like the woofer was 3D printed. I don't know. I'm assuming it's maybe made out of silk. I mean, that was just like the rotational lines. If you look up, I think it's the Minx XL. If you look at those, and then there's a couple 2 speakers, then they look exactly the same. So the woofer is 4-inch treated paper cone, rubber surround, cast aluminum basket, vented pole. Tweeter's 1-inch silk dome, dispersion optimized waveguide, neodymium magnet. Crossover 12 dB for the tweeter, 12 dB for the woofer. Let's see, sensitivity 85 dB. That might be a little bit generous. 7.5 pounds each. All right. We'll see. It could be awesome. That could be like the perfect desktop speaker. All right. There we go. All right. Let's see. Anybody else? The Polks aren't hard to drive, I guess. I didn't care for the BS41s. Hi-Fi Photo Bry. They're not for everybody. A little bit warm. They reminded me of the first gen Andrew Jones, the Pioneers. Do you recommend the Acoustic Energy 100s for a small room? Looking for at adding 4 of these with 1 in each corner. Yeah, they're good. I like them. I think they're a little pricey though, because they're $500 here. If you're in the UK, then yeah, for sure, because they're way cheaper in the UK and the EU. I think I like them. They're pricey though. I think they're kind of like they kind of compete at the B1 Plus level, and the B1 Pluses are half the price. So you could get 4 B1 Pluses for the same price as you get for 1 pair of the Acoustic Energy. And they're, oh, look at that. $2 super sticker. Thank you. R3DFIV3. Thank you. I think they're good. They're good. They're good. They're good. They're just a little bit pricey because there's so many good speakers out there. B1 Plus, Yamaha Concert Series C93 Mark IIs. I think they're 300. Even the Sonys, if they're on sale, they all have a somewhat similar sound signature. But I do like the Acoustic Energies quite a bit. I think they're overpriced. A little bit. Hey, Randy, I just wanted to thank you for all the great content. It has really helped me when making decisions about my hi-fi setup. Do what you do, man. Thanks, clever dingbat. I appreciate that very much. I'm not invisible. Yay! Sorry, man. Like, there's a lot of comments. I get to as many as I can. I love y'all. I do love y'all. I would read every single one if I could. Hi again. So I've noticed that in the press, especially the U.S. press, that Wharfdale tends to be overlooked on a regular basis. Have you had experience with them? Any thoughts? Yeah, Harris. I've reviewed a ton of Wharfdale. I have the Wharfdale Denton 80th. I've had the Wharfdale Evo 4.1, the Wharfdale Evo 4.2, the Wharfdale Diamond 11.2, the Wharfdale Diamond 12.2. What else? I've had some towers or floor standers in. So I've done probably at least 5 videos about Wharfdale. I love them. And if you're again in the EU, Wharfdale is a crazy deal. MD Chaz, $4.99. Thank you. Hooking up some new JBLs L100s to a Mac. Ooh, 7,200. What's a reasonable budget for speaker wire? Brands you like, 8 to 10 foot. I don't go crazy on speaker wire. For 8 to 10 feet, you can probably get a really nice set for, you can make your own for like $50, like 12 gauge, really high copper content, like 99% OFC copper, 99.6 or something like that. You can make those yourself. I actually have a video about that. Otherwise, you can look. I think SVS makes a decently priced speaker cable. Audio Quest, I would look at their entry level. I wouldn't spend crazy amounts of money. I would put it to this way: I would not be spending more than $100 for a pair of speaker wire. I'll tell you who makes a decent speaker wire. Really good one is Periapt Cables. They're out of Wichita, Kansas. They make some really nice speaker cables. They sent me some. Picked up a Manny 2 and was a big improvement. Very cool. Thanks. Thanks. You're welcome. All right. Yeah, I wouldn't go crazy on the speaker cable. Max 7200. I have a 7270. I don't know what the 7200. JBL L1. You got some nice stuff, man. Yeah, $100. Mookie M20-3 question mark. I don't know. Trying to find legit high efficiency speakers over 90 plus. Well, Klipsch, I mean, whatever efficiency Klipsch says, unless it's maybe like their heritage line, whatever efficiency they say, just like add 5. So if they say it's 92, or I mean, subtract 5. If they say it's 92, it's probably 87. But 90 plus, that's tough. Sorry, I haven't had a bunch of high efficiency speakers in here. I think maybe the KLH were pretty efficient. The Tecton Lures were very efficient, but good luck getting them. I mean, it's like 6 months to a year wait time. I don't know a lot of high efficiency speakers, unfortunately. Grab a cup of coffee. I got soda right now. There you go. Amazon Basic 14 gauge and connectors, less than $75. Yeah. You can probably go even heavier gauge than that. What's wrong with the basic roll of OFC 12 gauge on a roll? Nothing. That's what I do. That's what I did. I can't remember the brand I got. That's what runs these. I do have some fancy ones in the living room, but it's not because I wanted them. Someone just sent them to me and I was like, I figured I'm using it. Problem with a lot of these fancy cables is they're so beefy and heavy, they actually torque the banana like connections to the speakers. And I've had more issues with expensive cables than benefits because they're just so heavy and unruly, and they put stress on my speaker binding post and the receiver or the amplifier. So I'm not a big fan of like the super huge heavy gauge speaker wire. Send acoustics are pretty efficient based on their specs. Very good. Any audio by Van Alstyne products, set 120 in one of those boxes. No, love the channel, by the way. No, I don't think they like send stuff out to reviewers. Here we go. Zoo R90 Plus. That's true. Get in the queue though for Zoo. Get in the queue for Zoo. Watch one of Randy's past videos. He has a setup for the Sony speakers. Cool. Go too heavy on cables, and pretty soon you'll need cable risers. That's true. Yeah. You reviewed them, Randy. I'll watch that. Mind blown. Cheap three-way speakers that don't suck. Mookie M20. Oh, that's right. Those are the really cheap ones because they also make a powered version of the same one, and the powered version sucks. Those are pretty good. You can't drive them very loud though, because they will start to fall apart. So yeah. This happens when heating. I think you're talking to somebody in there. I use 10 to gauge 99.9% copper with banana plug. It's been that way for decades. I never did an A/B test. Yeah. I've never really A/B tested speaker cables either. Some people say that if you're doing cable tests that you can't like do A/B tests. You got to kind of listen to portions. I've always just done A/B tests. What are your thoughts on bi-wired cables? Bi-wired cables or like bi-wiring speakers or bi-amping speakers? If it's bi-wired cables, I've never heard of those. I've heard of like, twisted pair or like braided, but I have tried to buy wire speakers before. I never noticed a huge difference. KEF Q150 at $299 or JBL ES15? Are you talking about a Polk ES15 at $220? I like the KEFs, man. Those KEFs are fun and they sound really good. I like the KEF Q150 is my favorite KEF speakers. Thoughts on the Cantu YU4? Do they suck? Did I waste my money? I don't know. I've never heard them. I don't think I've had any Canto stuff in here. Last question: R200 versus the Acoustic Energy 100s. Which R200? You're getting a lot more speaker for the money with the R200. 6.5-inch woofer, a beast on the bottom end, detailed highs. They need some room though. If you're in a smaller room, you can look at the Ascends acoustics. You can also look at the Polk R100s. Larger room R200s, I think. Listen, I love the Ascend Acoustic Energy. I just think they're overpriced. It's hard to justify $500 when there's so many good speakers out there. They're less. Polk ES15. Yeah. Again, I'd probably lean you towards the KEF Q150s. I can't believe I'm saying that because I'm not a huge KEF fan, but the KEF Q150s are really good. Weem coming out with firmware update. Very cool. They come out with a firmware update like monthly, which is so awesome. They continue to make their stuff better. Inexpensive subwoofer. Look at the ELAC sub 1010 at 129. Emotiva amplifier is a solid amplifier. Didn't someone was talking on my Patreon about how bad the ELAC subwoofer was. They just had a horrible time with it, and it wasn't loud. Who's dropping 450 worth of upgrades in the Sony SSCS5? Who are these people? I don't know. Simon was, yeah. I don't know. Like, you may want to like check out some other options for subs. I don't know if the ELACs are all that great. At least anecdotally, I haven't heard great things about them. You ever listen to any of the Arundel stuff, like the 1961 series? No, I haven't. I have not. Have any of you tried Eclipse Heresy 4, and is this considered budget or not? Yeah, I have, and I wouldn't consider them budget. I think they're $2,500 a pair. Robert McCain. $9.99. Thank you so much. I have an ELAC 3030 sub. No issue. Question mark. I'm just telling you what I heard, man. Don't shoot the messenger. One of my patrons said he's had an ELAC sub. He's done everything he possibly could think of, and the output's not as much or as high as some of his other subs. So yeah, get it from Amazon and return it if you don't like it. $130 is a good price. Ooh, here we go. Got some big Venturi bookshelves. Very efficient, made in USA. They are not made in the USA. Anyone heard of them? They still sound good in a small room, low listening level. Bic is no BIC. No way are they made in the USA. They're the Klipsch ripoffs, right? Except instead of a copper colored woofer, it's silver colored woofer. I had those in. They were terrible, and they weren't even that cheap. They look like something you get at the state fair. Like the box that they came in was absolutely hilariously printed. It legit looked like what I would think a white band speaker would look like. No way those are made in the US. I'll eat crow if they're made in the US. I think way back in the day they may have been made in the US, but now it's just some import. Bic used to be made in Canada back in the 80s. I did a video on Bic. I think they're $183 a piece or something like that. Anyway, they came in marginally lower than Klipsch, and they were so harsh. The plastic was real like that kind of brittle type of plastic, which was the horn. I wouldn't recommend Bic. I'm sorry. I totally respect you, John. I've got some old Bic. Okay. Old Bic BIC is different than the new BIC. So, John, I'm sorry if I was coming off a little hot. The new BIC that you can get today are not great. And they're overpriced. All parts touched softly by Americans, built by China. Had a Digital turntable by BIC back in the 89. I think BIC was a good company, like in the 80s and 90s. Thoughts on monitor audio bronze 5 with tubes? I think it sounds great. I like that speaker. I like the monitor audio speaker. If a speaker is rated at 48 hertz, is it guaranteed to deliver more bass? No, not at all. Not at all. People don't do it. Like there's no consistent way of rating speakers. So it's not like anybody holds their feet to the fire if they're lying. So people will rate their speakers lower. And I've heard, Q Acoustics is a great example. They are very conservative about their low frequency roll off, but yet they'll have more bass presence than a lot of other speakers. So it really depends on the crossover is integrated. But no, the rating, like specs and stuff, is the most almost useless thing in audio because there's no continuity between how people rate their stuff. And you try to look at it, you try to look at wattages, you try to look at low frequency roll off, you try to look at all these things. And even if you'd be getting a quote unquote frequency response graph, you can look at it. But I mean, unfortunately, you have to listen to stuff. And it's so difficult to listen to stuff now because you can't go into places. And even if you could go into places, you aren't familiar with their music or their room or their electronics. So it's very difficult. But unfortunately, you can't just look at specs and say, hey, I got an idea what this is going to sound like. Because I've heard a lot of speakers that are rated at 54 hertz and they sound way more authoritative on the bass than something that's rated even in the mid to low 40s. Go listen and get the new powered ELACs for $399. Hey, are they on sale? I actually have some right there, right behind me. I was going to turn them on. If they're on sale for $499 or $399, that's cool. That video may go to the top of the list. Need some new desktop computer speakers, but I want something versatile, mobile if possible, that I can take camping. What do you think about the Ion block rocker on Amazon? I don't know those. I don't do many. Or is that a Bluetooth speaker? I don't really do those. That would be cool though. I just don't listen to many Bluetooth speakers. Some speakers have Bluetooth, but not like all like in one with their own battery, stuff like that. Hey Billy, what's happening, brother? All right, we're gonna have to call it good. Best powered speakers for desktop under $500. Well, if those ELACs, I mean, I haven't listened to them yet, so I can't say. But if they're $400, that's a good price. I think the Klipsch 5s are on sale, and they may be around the $500 mark. I think they're out of the Pacific Northwest. Vanatu. I think they're 600, but they also have a set that's smaller with a soft dome tweeter that I think is well under $500. So Vanatu. Actually, you know who has got a good powered speaker? I just was a little bit confused. Is U-Turn. Had a really good sounding speaker. It's class AB as well. So they had a really good sounding powered speaker, but I thought it was a little expensive, but they sure did sound good. Yeah. And then you can kind of go look at like Monoprice. Go look at Z's videos though. Like he's big on Swan. So there may be some good Swans out there that are well into that budget. So yeah, I look at Swan. If the ELACs are 400, I'd look at those. If they're $400, I'm gonna get them going tonight. See ya, Ed. Focal makes power monitors for studio. Yeah, Yamaha makes a lot of powered monitors too. Yeah, no kidding. If you go, it's hard to audition speakers. If you go to Best Buy, no one will help you. I went to Electronics Expo and it wasn't much better. Yeah, you can't really. It's tough, man. It's tough. Buy from somebody that has a decent return policy. If you're in the U.S., call Crutchfield and just say, "Listen, I want to get 3 of these speakers. I'm going to be returning 2 of them because I want to audition them." They're going to be cool with that. Buy from like Amazon that they have a good return policy, and yeah, just audition them yourself. All right, everybody, I gotta go. Hope you have a great week. Thanks for stopping by on a Wednesday. I hope you had a nice day. I didn't unbox one thing, but anyway, I gotta go get the kids. Happy holidays. Happy week. Have a happy week. All right. Bye. Bye-bye.